Time Management for eBay Sellers. I'm Danna Crawford. This is the same presentation that I gave in Las Vegas at the eBay radio event in June, and it was very much appreciated. So we will go ahead and get started. Great. Great. Thank you, Liz, for letting me know. So let's rock and roll. Here we go. All right. Again, I'm Danna Crawford. You can find me at my website at powersellingmom.com. I'm an eBay seller since '97, going on 18 years. eBay is my life, and my eBay ID is DANNA. I was awarded into the eBay Hall of Fame in 2008, and also I received an award as a community seller from eBay GivingWorks, being very active in the community of nonprofits. I've been a consignment seller since '98, so I also sell items on consignment. I do a lot of public speaking on eBay and email marketing. I'm also a nonprofit mentor. I help nonprofits understand and the power of eBay and email marketing, and also how to do fundraising on eBay and also email marketing. So I am a local expert with Constant Contact. I've been with them since 2007, and they also are the sponsor of this webinar. So I'm very grateful that they have allowed me to use my webinar service not only for my email marketing but for eBay. So I greatly appreciate them very much. And also I became a certified education specialist. I'm a certified business consultant trained by eBay. There's only 29 of us in the country. I'm very proud to be on that list. You can find me on all of the social media sites at Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, LinkedIn, and so on. And to top it all off on that long list, I have become the development director / fundraising coordinator for our local food bank here in Ocala, Florida. We are the only nonprofit food bank in the county that is in partnership with Feeding America, and also part of the Florida Association of Food Banks. I went in one day to just tell them about how to raise funds on eBay and about email marketing, and they offered me this position, and it allows me to work from home. So why are we here today? We are here, everybody's here for different reasons. Mostly everybody is eBay sellers that are here today. And so everybody wants to learn more about how to save time. That's what it's all about. There was a survey given on Constant Contact to associates on how much time is spent on social media, how much time do they spend on social media. And survey results with 78% of businesses are using social media to market their business. So keep that in mind. If you are not using social media to market your business, you are missing opportunities. And social media includes email marketing and then all of the social sites as well, which I have more webinars on that. You're welcome to sign up for. But today, you are taking the time right now, which is very important. And thank you for taking the time right now so that you can save time later. And that's the goal here today. Taking time now so that you can save time later, and you're here to learn. That's why you're here today, to learn about, as I share my time-saving tips. Again, everything is copyright protected. Please don't do screenshots, or you are welcome to tag me on Facebook or any of the social sites. Just let me know. Okay. Also, as a reminder, a recorded copy of this presentation will be provided by email. So let's talk about time. We're going to talk about saving time, learning how to schedule your time, getting organized with your time, how to simplify your time and your system. And then the bottom line is we want to enjoy life. So we do all of these things to make our life easier so that we can sit back and enjoy our life a bit more. Now, people say, I don't know how you do it all. You saw my long list of all the things I'm involved with, all the things. The 3 top are eBay, email marketing, public speaking, and the food bank. So how do I juggle it all? And you may be in this position. We have to get items listed on eBay. I think I listed about 20 items yesterday. I got it done because of my system. I also have to get the shipping ready. I actually have 3 items to ship today, so I have to get that done. Phone calls coming in. Now, I've already heard my phone go off. That's another thing. So this is how you have to juggle all of these things. And then, yes, we have to clean our house once in a while, right? So we have house cleaning on top of all of these other things. And then we got to pay our bills. So bill paying, and this all takes time. All of these things take time. And then to top it all off, we have to do marketing. So you think, oh my gosh, how can I get all of these things done and do marketing on top of this list? So the number one step of getting the job done is to get yourself a good timer, whether it's a kitchen timer or the timer on your mobile device. I used to use my kitchen timer that was a little 8 timer, and now I've graduated to the iPhone timer because now I can just pick it up and say, set my timer for 20 minutes or set my timer for an hour. Definitely need a timer, excuse me, and I call this the timer method. The timer method has helped me stay organized, stay focused on what tasks need to be done, and I'm going to go into more details on that. But your first step is to get yourself a timer. Next step is to get yourself a wall calendar. It doesn't have to be a fancy calendar. I do have a couple left in my eBay store. Shameless plug there. But you don't need one of mine. You can use your own calendar. Just get it so that you can write on it, and it's available for everybody in the household to see. I actually used to buy the big desk calendar. So it would go, normally it would go on your desk. They're only like $6. They're not very much. And you can put that on your desk. But I wouldn't put it on my desk. I would put it up on my wall because it had very big squares. So you want something that's easy for you to write on. Next, get your life organized. And you start with the house. So you want to tidy up. This is part of your step 3 plan. We're on step 3. Get your house in order, get your office in order, get your work area, anywhere that you work, your shipping area, and don't forget your car, your vehicle. Now the thing is, you may think that this is pointless, but we are more productive when we have a clean environment around us, and that's a fact. You can get more done when everything is you sit down fresh at your desk. I know when I clean up my desk and I get it tidy, when I sit down at it, I feel fresh. It's like, okay, push up your sleeves and we can get more work done. Step 4 is to have pads of paper ready for to-do lists. So you are going to have a list for things you need to do today, things that have to get done. I've got my grocery list ready. Actually, I have to get that done. I have to run some errands. I got to go to the food bank. I've got my list of things I have to get done today. That's priority. I also have my to-do list for tomorrow. And then I have my week, which is on my calendar along with the month, and then my goals for the year, which we're going to go into. So step 4, get some pads of paper ready for to-do list. Next is we're going to set goals. Now, you are going to have short-term goals, daily goals, weekly goals, monthly, yearly, long-term, and then your dream goal. Just take a look at this list, and I want you to just think for a minute on what are some goals that may fall into your lifestyle or your plan of business, your eBay business. We have short-term goal, maybe, okay, yesterday I wanted to get 20 items listed. I task done. I have a daily goal that I like to get so many items listed. So my daily goal, I may try to get 5 items listed, but weekends are usually my listing time. Weekly goal, I'll know how many items I want to get listed for the week. And then my monthly goal, how many I want, for the month, and how much money I need to make that month. I usually have that up there, how much money I want to make, which I will go into. And then our yearly long-term, I actually had a goal to get a red Kia Soul, and I wanted to get it by Christmas last year, and I actually reached my goal to purchase it in November. And now my goal is to get it paid off within a year and a half, 2 years tops. So I have my long-term goal to get it paid off as quickly as possible because I have my eye on a Mercedes. So this is how, you have your goal to build your credit, to get your system established. You want everything top of the line so that when you want that big item, you're ready to go for it. So you want to have these types of goals set up. And then your dream goal could be to go to England or Ireland, or right now I want to go to Spain, and I want to go on a cruise. So there's some kind of dream goals that you can set up on there as well. And these are the kinds of things that you're going to have on your list. Now, step 5, moving forward. This is the important part, and that is to see the day in. I know some of you out there sleep till noon, so right now you're barely awake having coffee with me. And thank you for getting up this morning and having coffee with me. But the thing is, you want to see the day in. My life changed when I realized this, and actually it was my husband that taught me this, because once you get a routine going and you get your butt up in the morning, then you can be more productive. Now, I used to be up, oh my gosh, next thing you know, it'd be 4 or 5 in the morning, and then the day is shot. It'd be 1 o'clock, noon, 1 o'clock, and then I'm dragging, and then the vicious cycle begins again. So those of you that are staying up all night, I want to encourage you to do your best to try to go to bed as early as possible tonight so that you can get up at, 5, 6 a.m. May sound early, but it's seriously, you feel like $1,000,000 when you get up in the morning and you say, okay, I'm ready, I'm going to see the day in. And then you get up and you review your list. Now, of course, I have my coffee first. So I get up and I have my coffee. Then I review my list. Now, I have a list on my phone, which is actually my Google Calendar. And then I also have my wall calendar, but I have some notes of, my grocery list going on the kitchen table or the counter. And then I check my list as soon as I get up in the morning, after the coffee, of course. And then I'm going to prioritize the tasks. Like I had to get up early I get up early every morning, but I got up early this morning and I had a report to write for the food bank. So I got up early, got that done, got ready for my webinar this morning. I'm ready to rock and roll. And then if I didn't have to get that paper written, I would have been at Curves working out at the gym. That is one of my favorite routines. I get up in the morning, I have my coffee, I head to the gym, and I work out for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and then carry on with my day. So I have to prioritize my tasks each day. Check the calendar, see what needs to be accomplished as you're moving forward throughout the day. And don't forget to set that timer. The timer is the key element in all of this. So you get up and say, okay, I've got to get this report done, or I've got to do this. I'm going to set my timer for 20 minutes or an hour, and then I'm going to concentrate on that report. I'm going to concentrate on what I need to do. If it's listing on eBay, whatever it is, I'm going to set that timer for an hour, and then as soon as it goes off, I'm going to stop and I'm going to go move on to the next task, because I have to look at my list and see what's my next thing that I have to take care of. Now let's go into the calendar now. Excuse me. I told you I need coffee. All right, so here's the vision calendar. Say it's June 2015. Now, this is how I've done it, excuse me, since I started my first business plan when I left my 3 jobs to be focused on eBay. And this is how I did it. And I still do it today. So first I write down how much money I need to make each month. So whatever your bills are, this is just a little example. So you have your mortgage, your electric, your water, whatever your bills are, have that grand total on your calendar, and you have it in a spot on your calendar so that you can see it. It's your vision board. It's your vision calendar. Okay, I need to make this amount of money to survive, to get my bills paid this month. So then each day that I'm making money on eBay, I'm going to write down how much money I made on the calendar. So say, okay, I made $50 on the 1st. I didn't make any money on the 2nd, but I made $100 on the 3rd. And then so on. I didn't make any money the 4th. Hopefully you're making money every day, but just to show you how this works, $200 on the 5th. And then I'm going to have my grand total for the week off to the right. So I made $350 that week. Next, I'm going to subtract that $350 from my grand total over on the left, which was $1,250, because that's how much money I need to make. So then I'm going to subtract that, and now we've got $900. So I need $900 more to go before I meet my goal to pay my bills for this month. So this is how I would continue this plan, this system throughout the month each day, meeting with my totals at the end. And generally, if I've met my goal by mid-month, woohoo, it's icing on the cake. That means I could go get the kids those shoes that they need, or the blue jeans or the dresses or whatever it is. I had that extra money now to go take care of what I needed to or I wanted. Next, I always paid attention to my little holiday I invented called Power Listing Day. Power Listing Day is the last day of the month for you to make money with a 7-day auction. So I always put a star on my calendar with PLD, Power Listing Day. So I would go through my calendar and mark Power Listing Day for the whole year so that I would know, okay, this is my last shot to run a 7-day auction, to have it count for money that month, and then also for eBay fees to count for that month. Next, I would also have on my calendar marketing goals. Now, I'm going to show you a list of goals that may be like overboard, overwhelming, but I wanted to put all of the types of things that you can pick and choose, because I know you're not using all of these, but I just wanted to give you an idea. So if you're a blogger, you could have a goal of 20 blog posts for your goal for the month. 30 Facebook posts, that's not bad. That's 1 post a day, and that's easy in my opinion, which I'm going to show you how. 60 tweets a month, that's 2 a day on the average. 100 eBay listings to get done for the month, and 100 pins on Pinterest. This is just a ballpark here. Also, you want to set up collections on eBay, because that helps with marketing as well. And then also you want to write some reviews. So or guides. I should have said guides/reviews. So you want to write some guides. So maybe you're going to get 5 guides done, or however many guides you're going to get done on eBay. Then also, I'm going to try to get 1 newsletter out. I tried my best to get 1 newsletter out a month. And if I schedule it ahead of time, I can get it done quicker, and I'm going to show you that as well. So we've got our On eBay newsletter that is available for eBay store owners, that is controlled by eBay. And then I've got my Off eBay newsletter, which I use with Constant Contact. And then I'm going to try to send out an announcement of some sort. Now, people like social. They like to hear something that's going on in your business or your world. I like to run sales using Markdown Manager. My best sale ever was when I announced that my daughter was getting married. And the day of her wedding, I ran a sale from midnight to midnight, and it was a 50% off my consulting sale. in honor of my daughter's wedding. And it was awesome. I could feel my cell phone going off or watching it vibrate on the table. Of course, I couldn't have it on me at the wedding, but I could just hear them cha-chings in my brain. But people like that personal touch. They like hearing about things that are going on in your life or your business. And when you combine that with a sale, it's a brilliant marketing strategy that works really well for me, and I wanted to share that with you. So now, also as part of your marketing plan, you want to have an engagement day. This means that, okay, so you've got yourself on all of these social sites now, but are you engaging? Or are you just shooting out content? Now, it's important to engage now and then. I know it can be difficult, and sometimes I get behind on this myself, but what I try to do is to set my timer and say, okay, every Wednesday is going to be my social day, or every Sunday afternoon, well, Sunday afternoon I like to list on eBay, but Monday afternoon or whatever it is, you'll pick a time or day that is your social day. So that means that you're going to log into Facebook or any of these sites, and you are going to set your timer for an hour and dedicate social engagement to that network. So say, for example, I'm going to go to Facebook. It's my engagement day. I'm going to set my timer for an hour, and now I'm going to start with the main feed, and I'm going to go in and say hello to people. I'm going to comment on photos. I'm going to engage with people. If people left comments to me, I'm going to go thank them. I'm going to go visit their page. You will find your way around, but the main thing is that you become social and make comments. Say thank you, hello, all of these things. Let people know that you appreciate it. If they wrote something on your page or your business page or even your personal page, make sure that you show your appreciation for these people that are talking to you. And also, people that have interesting content from the main feed, if they have a sign or logo or whatever it is, share it on your page, because that's another way to engage. People really appreciate that. I know I do. I really appreciate it when someone shares something from my business page. So these are the kinds of things that you set your timer and say, and then when that timer goes off, okay, boom, I'm done at Facebook now. I'm going to go set my timer in the kitchen for an hour, and I'm going to clean the kitchen or cook dinner or whatever it is. And then when that timer goes off, okay, I'm going to go back to my computer. I'm going to set my timer for an hour, and now I'm going to go to a group that I belong to, whether it's on eBay or LinkedIn or Google Plus or Facebook, whatever it is, it's my group marketing time. And I'm going to go engage with all of the people. So hope you understand how that works. It works well for me. Now, the next thing I'm going to share with you is called Curating Content. As many of you know, I'm a blogger at the eBay business blog. I'm very proud to blog over there. And I write blog posts. And so I'm using this as an example because what you do, whatever industry you're in, you want to share content from other websites that will complement your business. So your friends that are, think it's cool that you're an eBay seller, you could share some content from the eBay business blog that I have, of course. And what this means is you take a few sentences from the blog post, and then you share it on Twitter, you share it in your blog, or you share it on Facebook or LinkedIn or whatever. You just take a few sentences, and then you don't have to come up with the content. You're copying the content. And this is called content curation. You can find it at contentcurationmarketing.com. I didn't make this up. This is true. This is a true word. And it actually means creating content is simply the act of sharing content written by someone else to increase the amount of information you're sharing with your target audience. That's the bottom line. You're sharing information with your audience that other people wrote. But the important part of sharing this information to curate content is to don't forget to give credit back to where the content came from. What I do on Twitter is I write via, V-I-A, and then the name of the Twitter that it came from. So via USA Today, via eBay blog, eBay business blog, whatever it is. You want to let people know where the content came from, so then you're not saying that you created it. Now, the number one thing that I use on Twitter is called Twitter feed. So those of you that have eBay stores, you can go to your eBay store and get your RSS feed, it's called. This is free service, and you can feed your eBay store to Twitter, to Facebook, to LinkedIn. Personally, I only use it and recommend it for Twitter. I don't like sending everything that I list on eBay to Facebook because that gets old. It's like buy my product, buy my product. It's too much. So this is set up for Twitter. Twitter is more about you can get away with that on Twitter because they're not all of your followers and people in the Twitterverse are not viewing your feed as often as they are on Facebook. So you can get away with feeding it more. So I'm not going to go into great detail how to use it, but you can go there, join it. It's free. Set up your account. It's twitterfeed.com. And then they have tutorials. They have all kinds of information about it. But all you do is register and set up your account. And then what happens is you go to your eBay store and you take your RSS feed, it's called. You give your feed a name. You paste in the feed into your Twitter feed. And then you can choose how often you want it to go out. So I have mine look for new posts every 30 minutes. And then that means that every time I have an item on eBay and it goes into auto relist, because that's what I use, auto relist. So every time it's on auto relist, it gets automatically sent out to Twitter when it goes new. Or when I list an item on eBay, it automatically goes out to Twitter within 30 minutes of it going live on eBay. And then I use the title only, and then they use the shortened link. Now, the great thing about it is, and this is another reason why I love Constant Contact and websites like this, because I can measure how it works. So I can take a look at how many tweets went out. I also have the RSS feed set up on the eBay business blog. You can take the RSS feed from any site that has it available, like a site that'll complement your business. Like if you're into accounting, you might want to take the RSS feed from an accounting blog that's not competitive to you, but it shares information that your audience is really going to appreciate learning more about. So you want to take content from others. So of course I'm also taking the RSS feed from my website, Power Selling Mom, and also the eBay business blog. And you can see the Facebook is blurred out. It's in the gray. I used to send the content automatically to Facebook, and then I decided not to do that. I like being a little bit more selective with what I put on Facebook, so I removed that. I have 2 Twitter accounts, so the eBay business blog is actually going out to both of those, and then one on Power Selling Mom. Now, this is what I'm talking about. You can measure the results. So you can go in and see how it's working. So you can see the first eBay business blog had 1 click on one Twitter account, 8 clicks on the other, and then this post had 6 clicks on one and 11 clicks on the other. So one of my Twitter accounts is getting more clicks than the other. And then at the bottom, the Twitter Power Selling Mom website posted out, and you can see 4 clicks, 5 clicks, whatever. It just shows you the statistics of how much business you're getting or traffic. It's awesome. The next one I like to use is called Hootsuite.com. Now, I'm sure many of you have heard about Hootsuite. And also, I pay $5.99 a month. I think they do have a paid version or a free version, but I pay that because I have several Twitter accounts and I need to manage them all under one roof. So if you have a bunch of Twitter accounts, $5.99 is cheap. So what I love about Hootsuite is you can set up these streams, they're called. These are streams. And then I can put them in any order. I can change them around. I can call them whatever. So the first stream I pay attention to is mentions. That means those are people on Twitter that mention me. And I can have that list available when it's engagement day, and I can set my timer to go engage and thank those people for mentioning me or give them a tweet back. I can also pay attention to the retweets. That's people that have reused what I tweeted. And then I have my tweets, so it lets me review what I've sent out. And I like to use that because, like, see it down here, you can see I have US Weekly. So I like to go in and see exactly what did I tweet. Especially when you are pulling in content from other sites. It's nice to check in and see what exactly were you tweeting about that day. I'm tweeting right now, and I don't know what I'm tweeting about. And then you can schedule your tweets. Now, this is the magic that's so awesome about Hootsuite. You can sit down and schedule your tweets for the whole year if you want to, years and years in advance. What I've done is I would sit down, well, for one client, and I sat down, and in the first week of the month, I was able to create all of their tweets for the whole year in advance. Seriously. And they were focused at the business and also the holidays. So I went through the calendar. I had a tweet prepared for every holiday for the whole year, and I created them in advance. You can also do this with quotes. Just do a search for brainy or fun quote that will complement your business, like whatever business you're in. I know we have a bookkeeper here, so just put in bookkeeping quote and in a Google search, and then start taking copies of those quotes, and then of course give credit back to who said the quote, and then you can create all of these, say, once a day, every day for the whole year, where you have a fun, helpful quote going out. Now, the other fun thing about this is, here's my example. When I was at Las Vegas and I was giving my presentation, first I put, I'm having a great time in Vegas with the radio lady who's also from eBay, and then, or she works for eBay Radio, and then also the hashtag that was for the event. So I scheduled this ahead of time because I knew I was going to have fun. I knew that. So I scheduled it ahead of time to go out at 10 in the morning. And then the next one I scheduled when I knew I was going to be on stage giving my presentation. I talked in the afternoon. So I set it up ahead of time, giving a presentation on time management for eBay sellers, and then I put in some quotes from what I was talking about so that people could see what I was talking about, and then I copied the eBay for Business there because they were there as well. So I set all this up before I went to Vegas. So while I was on stage talking, I had tweets going out. Now, eBay sellers can also schedule an eBay listing, and this really saves you a lot of time. So you can have, like for me, I try to have my auctions go off on weekends, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, that time frame, just because I like to do all my shipping on Mondays and Tuesdays. So I try to schedule everything like that for auction. Of course, you've got buy it nows that are on there all the time. But when I have an eBay auction, I can schedule them. Like if I want to do listings during the week, I can schedule them to end on Sunday, Monday, because that's convenient for me. When I go on vacation, I can set my auctions to end a few days after I get back from vacation. So I could have auctions going live while I'm on vacation, having a great time with a margarita wherever I am. And then I have all my auctions going live. And then I come home and my auctions are still live. I've got 2 days to rest. And then, boom, it's time to get shipping because everything ends. I call this my paid vacation. Now, the thing I learned the hard way is to make sure that you have your auctions end at least a couple days after you get home, because if they end the day you get home, you have so much shipping to do, it's insane, and you're exhausted from your vacation. I had that happen only one time and never again. So learn from my mistake. And it does cost you 10 cents a listing to schedule your auction. Big deal, right? 10 cents. You can do the same on Facebook as well. Your Facebook business page does allow you to schedule your listings, or your message, whatever it is. So all you'll do is, like normal, type in your whatever you're going to say, and then you'll notice the drop-down box. Instead of publish, you're going to click on the drop-down box to click on schedule. And then when you click on schedule, now you can type and then have it go live at whatever date and time is convenient for you. So again, I had mine presenting in Las Vegas, and then with a little question, I even uploaded a photo, had the photo ready, and where I even put in the location of where we were going to be at Bally's in Las Vegas, put all of that in, and then scheduled it. And all you do is click on schedule. And just these little things like this will help you save so much time. And the reason you want to save time is because your time is valuable. Seriously, your time is valuable. So thank you again for taking the time, because you know how valuable your time is? It's worth $273 an hour. And this was a source from Constant Contact that they did a study of everybody that were solution providers like myself. They did a study on how much time they spend with marketing and everything, and how much money they make, and broke it all down to $273 an hour. And that includes you as a marketing person, on eBay, seller, and in your life. So that's a lot of money, right? So when you look at that, and I think, wow, I only charge $100 an hour for consulting. Maybe I need to up it. But seriously, you need to keep this in mind when you're wasting time. And it's like, wait a minute, this hour is worth $273. I think I'm going to pay a little bit more attention to focus and not waste time. The first part is to break old time-wasting habits so that you're not losing $273. And the way that you do this is you stop and think, how can I change this procedure? What can I do to simplify this system? What can I eliminate to make this a smoother transaction? Even if you figure out a process that will speed up more of your production to give you more time in your day, you're saving time. Great example. I know some of you have been to my house before. We turned our whole house into making it all about us now. We have no kids here. It's all about my husband and myself. So we sold the kitchen table. We have a little cubby area in the kitchen where the kitchen table sat. We got rid of that, and we put in a big long table. Actually, we got it at a garage sale. Put in a big long table, and then put like a podium kind of thing on top of the table to hold a laptop. And then we have a designated laptop that never moves. It stays at that podium. And then off to the right, we have a designated printer that never moves. That's just for printing shipping labels. And then now we have a shipping area. So this is where we go. There's no messing about. When you have shipping, you go right to that area. So you prepare an area that you don't have to clean up as often, or it's like, okay, I have to move all this stuff because I have to go ship over here. You have a work table, you have a work area that's inviting, ready for you to go. The other thing is we used to have a formal living room. And why? I don't know. We had a formal living room. And I said to my husband, this is silly. We've got all this formal living room. Nobody comes over anymore. We don't entertain. It's all about us. We travel. We don't entertain. So let's get rid of the living room furniture. And we still have our family room. That's for our TV and our fireplace and all that. But our formal living room made no sense to me. It has the best lighting. So we painted the walls white. And then we put in, I went to Walmart and got those folding tables, those big, like, white folding tables, and put those in there, and then got nice lighting equipment I bought on eBay, put that around in there, and now we have a focused area just to go to take photos. And it makes our system easier. It simplifies it. Even that saves a few minutes, and which add up to hours of the day, because in the past, we would have to go move things around where we were going to take photos. We had a dining room table. We'd have to go move stuff around and get the lighting equipment out. And all of these simple things will help you speed up your system. The other thing to do is when you are working, be clear that you should not be interrupted. Be clear to your family, those of you that still have kids at home. I used to go into my little work area. I actually had put tape on the floor and said, okay, when mommy is over here at this desk, do not bother her, because that means I'm working on eBay. So wait until I step out of the area, and then, we can talk about homework, or it'll be time to help you with this or that. But the thing is that you be clear that you're wearing your eBay hat when it's time to work. Now the other side of that coin is you are becoming an eBay seller so that you can be available for your family 24/7, but there are limits. So I would, drop everything if my kids needed me, of course, but also if there's events in their life. So we've got football games, we've got soccer games, we've got practices. So I would schedule my workload so that I can drop everything and go attend to them. We also took in my grandmother for 5 years, and I was able to tend to her and drop everything, take her to her doctor's appointments, and this is the beauty of being your own boss and working from home. But it's also important that you focus when it's time to focus. Also set your answering machine and voicemail. So even though you're working on eBay and that phone's vibrating, make sure it's on vibrate so that you don't answer it and you get your jobs done that need to be done. Now here's the number one important part, and that is to always know that you need to reward yourself at the end of the day when you've completed your task. Now there's all types of ways you can reward yourself. Some people like it big, some people like it simple. Such as you could reward yourself online. I can say, you know what, once I get all this done, I'm going to go play on Facebook. I'm going to go set my timer, and I'm going to just do whatever I feel like doing on Facebook. That's my reward at the end of the day. Next, it could be a movie. My husband and I like to go to matinees. So we reward ourselves, say, okay, Tuesday, we're going to go to the 11 o'clock matinee. We like to reward ourselves that way. Could be shopping. I had a big job one time. My reward was a Louis Vuitton. So I like to, when I complete a task, I worked all week, completed my task, and on Saturday, I went to the Louis Vuitton store and bought a purse. So that was my reward. The thing that's important is that you set goals for yourself so that you can reward yourself. Take a trip. You could have a trip plan. Last week, my husband and I went to St. Augustine for 3 days, 2 nights. We like to reward ourselves with little mini trips. And it's just a way to shut down your brain and forget about everything and just have fun. Now, these last 4 you could do in this order if you want. Get your nails done, get your hair done, get your feet done, and then go out to eat. Or you could just do one at a time. I've been in moods where I've done one at a time, but I've also been in moods where I do them all in one day. So, but getting your nails done or your toes done, that pedicure, oh, it's heaven. You just can sit there and relax, and it's not very expensive, but it's a great reward. And then, of course, I like food. I like to go out to eat, so I like to say, okay, we're going to plan a meal out. There's a new restaurant in Ocala I can't wait to try. The other thing is I reward myself with these kind of occasions, and this is what keeps me going. This is what makes it all worthwhile, because I have that reward coming. Okay, a few final words. Number one, get organized, tidy up, get your timer ready. The timer method will help you with your business and your life, no doubt. The calendar is a must. Have your Google Calendar. I do sync my Google Calendar on my phone with my wall calendar, so my husband knows what I have going on. And then list build. Make a list. You know how to make a grocery list. I'm sure everybody here does that. The same thing goes with the rest of your life, things you've got to take care of. We have a cat. I'll put the kitty litter box on my list. That's another thing. Gosh, I just heard a beep. I hope it wasn't my phone going dead. Okay. Next, set goals. Get those goals set, and then don't forget your rewards. Simplify your system, whatever you're doing. And I still do it today. It's like, wait a minute. Let me take a step back. This is taking too long. There's got to be a way to make this easier, to simplify the system. And think of ways to automate your system. Like you saw how I automate my tweets on Twitter. You can do the same with your eBay listings, with your Facebook listings, your Facebook announcements or whatever. But the number one thing is don't forget to reward yourself. And I can't stress that enough, because that's what makes everything worthwhile, in my opinion, of course. Because time is money. So you need to be able to balance it all so that you can make more money, have more time to make more money, right? Right. And if all else fails, people, and you still have no time, guess what? You can book a consulting session with me. Go to powersellingmom.com, and you can pay me $100 an hour, and I will gladly help you walk through what solutions we can do. My services do include eBay consulting, setting up an eBay store, the basics of selling, marketing, email consulting, and all of those good things. You can also book a free 30-minute phone call with me if you need help with email marketing. That's no problem, as long as you're under my umbrella with constant contact. And then also, if you just need a quick 10-minute phone call, you can also book that. It complements my calendar, so it's easy to book a session. I have a man from Tokyo that books with me every Friday night. So every Friday night at 7 p.m. my time is actually, I think he said it's 8 a.m., 7 or 8 a.m. his time in Tokyo. And faithfully, I talk to this man, and I can't wait to see his eBay store grow even more. And that's the beauty of it all. We can all be successful. As my motto stands, there's plenty of eBay for us all to be blessed and prosper. Watch your email inbox for a copy of this presentation. I'm going to stop the recording now and see if there are any questions. So if you have a question, feel free to post it now. And thank you for joining me. And those that are watching this in the archive, feel free to also contact me should you have any questions.